those who don't know me, I'm Alf Lyons, father of the groom, and now father-in-law, very proud father-in-law of the bride. I wish to thank everybody for endeavouring to grant the great sea journey across here. You know, even Captain Cook didn't find this place. That's a joke. You know, I'm allowed to joke. When Matthew and Janet first told us they were getting married on South Strading, I thought, we're already on an island. Why do we need another one? But I thought maybe it was Matthew's influence. You know, being descended from the first fleeters, he's gone back to his roots. But we were very pleasantly surprised when they brought us to the island as a demo run, and we thought, there's something in this. It was a very good decision, I thought. And of course, first I must say I'm very proud of how Matthew has grown into a mature young man. Mind you, his house is full of, you know, what they call comic action. I have doubts about this at times, but I must say R.I.P. Stan Lee. The prices have now gone up, haven't they? So that's got to be good for some people. As any father, the first time he holds a small bundle of at birth, apart from thinking, what the hell do I do now? You wonder, what will the future bring? And how will he grow? And it didn't take long to find out. Time has gone by very quickly. Mind you, there were some doubts during his school years. We had our doubts whether he was going to come out at the end of that. But going on from that, along came this whirlwind called Janet. And straight away I could see that this match was they were very similar. And they would bring it, and she could bring out the best in Matthew, even though he didn't know it. And I am very honoured and very happy that she's now part of the family. And I've never seen Matthew happier than when they're together. And they should be able to take care of each other through life's journey. But I also wish to thank Janet's parents, Linesai, for putting their trust in us to take care of their only daughter. And it is an honour to welcome them as part of the family. We are now in-laws. Is it Ginger? Ginger. There you go. No, got it right. That's about my limit. I'm learning, but it's a hard language to learn, so I found out. I must thank everybody that's helped to get Matthew and Jen to this place. Family, friends, bridesmaids, groomsmen, all their efforts to keep them on the straight and narrow. It's not an easy task. But one thing that did happen is somebody stole one of my sayings here this evening, and that was some fatherly advice I was going to give you, and that was to keep the marriage flowing smoothly. You've probably heard this before but not understood it. When you're wrong, admit it. When you're right, don't say a word. Yes. Because remember,
you don't live like that.
You remember, I never lived like that. But silence can be true wisdom's best reply. Now, Confucius never said that. He missed that one. Anyway, I do have a note here, though, that from both novels. and it says something along the effect that if any of your issues come up, they should only be small ones. And there's something written here in small handwriting about free childcare. I'm not sure what that's all about. So I'll leave that to your own devices there. Okay. And remember, the most important 3 words in a marriage: I love you. Closely followed by 2 others. And they're called yes dear. Now, I know that you're a bit of a techie and you're not very knowledgeable, so I bought you a device that should help you to remember about that.
Yes, dear. What do you say? Why didn't I think of that? What a wonderful idea. I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do. Surely it's my turn. If you're happy, I'm happy. You're absolutely right. Yes, dear.
That could become a family heirloom. I may need to borrow it. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, here. Okay. Now, I've been told to keep this down to a couple of minutes, so I am. So I'm getting the Friar Tuck look here. I don't know if you know the end of the movie where he says, you know, okay, now get on with it, get out of here. We're wasting good celebration time. But I'd like to propose a toast at this point. Hopefully everybody's got their glasses charged. I'd like to propose a toast to the bride and groom. Suffice to say, I couldn't be happier for my son and his new wife. And may your years together be many. May your love for each other be infinite. And may your life together be wondrous and exciting. Cheers. Cheers.
Thanks very much for that, Alf. I'd now like to invite Janet's dad. I'm not quite sure exactly how to say his name, so I won't, to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the wedding day of Janet and Matt. I would like to say a big thank you for everybody come to this wedding. All of you make this wedding warmer and sweeter. Thank you for bringing your best wishes to this couple. Let us share their happiness and joy. I want to say a big thank you to Matt's parents, because you raised a good son who is accountable and responsible. And Chinese old way saying, husband and wife work together, dirt becomes gold. Yep. I hope you birth hand to hand create a better and brighter life together. Mom and Daddy love you. Thank you very much.
For everyone here, I'm not quite sure, but that speech was done in English, and that was took a special effort because generally he doesn't say too much in English, so special thanks for that. I now call on Matthew, who might like to say something.
Excelsior!
I just want to start by saying, giving a great heartfelt thank you to Jess' dad. Your speech was beautiful, and I know that doing it in English was not easy. So I'm blown away and honoured. I promise to both of you that I will look after your daughter for the rest of my life. You've raised a wonderful girl, and I thank you for welcoming me into your family without hesitation. I've always felt at home around you two, and I want to thank you for that. It means a tremendous amount to both Janet and myself that you have come here all the way from China to be here today. So a toast. I don't have a glass. Glass. 谢谢妈妈爸爸.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, where's the whiskey?
Yeah, back to the scotch. To my family, I don't say it enough, but I want to thank you for everything that you have done to support Janet and myself over the years. You've welcomed Janet into the family and treated her like family right from the beginning. I'll forever be appreciative of that. I've learned a lot about how to be a good husband from my parents. Mum taught me how and when to be stubborn. Dad taught me how and when to let your wife have her way. And Felicity taught me how to be somebody to rely on even when you're not seeing eye to eye. So I can say nice things about you. So toast to my family.
Thank you.
Sorry, there's a few toasts in this one. Don't the bridesmaids look stunning? Let's Felicity? Janet's super excited to finally have a sister. I don't know why.
You already got one.
But she's extremely grateful that it's you. Jess, Janet wanted to say how much she appreciates everything you've done along the way. We both consider you a dear friend who is always there as emotional support. And Cecilia, you have always been there for Janet. You always seem to find a way of balancing your new family while also being somebody Janet can turn to at any time. I'm personally grateful that she has a friend like that in you. To the groomsmen. I want to thank you personally for always being there to talk to about anything. Even if it may be in the midst of our drunken poker matches. Whether we're talking about scotch, nerd stuff, relationships, personal hardships, how much better I am at poker than you all. I know I can be completely honest with you without fear of judgment. I consider the theatre a safe and warm place, which is why you're all here tonight. To the bridesmaids and to the groomsmen. Cheers. I also want to thank each and every one of you that is here tonight. I know it's a Sunday night and some of you are heading to work tomorrow, so it means the world to both of us that you're here. I also want to acknowledge that some of you come quite a distance, so I really appreciate that. You've made tonight something that we won't forget, so I'd like to thank you all. And finally, one final toast. I would like to make a toast to my beautiful wife. It took me a while to find somebody who could deal with my weird humour and odd quirks. So I just had to find somebody weirder and quirkier. And I've definitely found that in you. I also found somebody that I can call my best friend. I'm my true self around you, and I'm aware that relationships grow stronger through hardships and honeymoons, and I want to choose anybody else to be beside me on this roller coaster. I love you. To Janet.
Thanks very much, Matt. All right, I now call upon Deb to respond there to that test from the group.
Thank you. I'm using technology. Not technology. It was funny actually, just listening to the speeches and letting me sort of go near the end, because I was able to hear all the things that I'm about to contradict. Yeah, I thought you were gonna steal my thunder before, Alf, about the how long the speeches should go and things. Because I was given 5 minutes to do my speech. Yeah, I was told it shouldn't take any longer than it takes for him to make love. So keep it pretty quick. I can testify to that. Don't worry. No, so I just want to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming along and sharing this special day. It's been fantastic. I'm joking. So I guess for those of you who don't know me, I'm Devon, and I guess I first met Matt about 12 or so years ago, and I was at a house party. And if many of you have actually been to his house, you might actually see a photo up on the wall, and he's basically inappropriately touching me with Jimbo's help. And that's pretty much where our friendship started, and we forged from there. So, I guess, just to share a little bit of a backstory and a bit from there, and it's I guess we're very much on a similar wavelength hearing your speech, which is great. Because, what helped maintain our friendship over the years has really been, I guess, the poker. We play poker a lot. And it's really been the same. It's innuendo, banter, talking about our life struggles, our fun, and what's going on in our lives. And it's been really good and supportive to do that while playing poker games and taking
While losing your money.
While taking your money. And from there, I guess what happened was in 2008 we went on a camping trip. Yeah, we went on a camping trip 2008, and it was the four of us actually, the four of us up here at the front, which is fantastic. And we affectionately called ourselves the Oblong Square, or otherwise FITA, which you may have already heard. But what I would really like to encourage you is, if you don't know what FITA means, please approach Matt after this, and I encourage you to ask what that actually means. Please do it. But then I might just actually tell everyone that we played poker this morning, before now, and we played. And who won? No, who won? The best man. So while putting the speech together as well, I was going through a lot of photos and videos, and I couldn't help notice again. There was quite a lot of a trend in terms of him touching me, him kissing me, and in one instance I did recall him teaching me about his secret nibbling ear technique. Coincidentally, that was actually the same night that we all went out together with Laura, my wife. Obviously it worked. So, thank you. And it obviously worked for you too. If you haven't experienced it yet, just ask about it later. So just after 4 years ago, I guess, our flame started to die out. And the kissing and the innuendo and the touching and the nibbling stopped.
You got married.
I got married. Well, actually, you met someone else. And I noticed you putting all that energy into someone else, and then I met Janet, and it became clear that you were smitten. And she's beautiful, and that you guys are a perfect couple. And I wasn't as jealous anymore. And then I've been fortunate enough, I guess, to witness your love over the last couple of years, and it's really grown into an incredible marble and shoe collection. And then Matt asked me to be his best man. And he really touched me again. So I was excited. And I guess I was really excited at the end of the day to be here and share your special day for you to tie the knot. And to be here for a really incredible, loving, supportive, caring couple, and what I've seen the two of you share, and I really encourage you to keep that going for the end of the years. You know, it's been a beautiful day to be here and share it with you, so I really thank you for that. And speaking of today, Matt, with a lot of help with us, you look okay. We've done well, we've done all right. But the bridesmaids and the bride, you are absolutely beautiful tonight. So you've turned out really well. So that's the end of my speech. It's been good to share some stories, but please don't forget to come and ask Matt about feedback at the end. So I'd like to raise a toast and say, Ganbai!
Thanks very much, Deb. We'll have one more formal speech, and I'm about to call on the mother of Matthew, who said she wanted to give a speech. It was an interesting conversation when we found out that Debbie wanted to give a speech. She said, it's not often I have Matthew in a room from which he can't escape. So I'm about to give him 2 minutes of my time.
He's hoping, but he's worried.
Terrified.
I am up here because you can't say anything or do anything, and you actually have to listen. It's the first time in your life. When the kids were little, and you know, you go to all those school things with concerts and the sports and all that, and I'd look around all these kids, you know, from all the different schools, and I'd say, I think, well, what if any the child that, or the person is going to end up is in this room somewhere? It never occurred to me that she might be skipping around somewhere up in the northeast of China. It just never crossed my mind, but we're fortunate that she was. It's a little bit, I'm very proud to see her up there tonight with her as his wife. But it's a little bit sad that next time he writes down next of kin, it's someone else and not us. So if I feel like that, I can only imagine what Janet's parents are feeling, knowing they come from China. And from what Matthew said, I know he appreciates how they've been with him, but I don't think they realise how much I appreciate how they've been with him, or how their whole family has been with him. They have welcomed him so much into the family, they've been so kind, and it just means the world to me and to him. And I want you to know, and I promise you absolutely faithfully, that if Janet ever needs us, we will be there for her. And we'll probably be there for her when she doesn't want us to. Now, Matthew's grandmother can't be here today. She's actually in a nursing home and it's a bit too much for her. But she was living with us for a while, and when it got too much, she actually went to the nursing home. And Janet really needs to know what she's getting. So when I was going through all Mum's stuff, when Matthew was little, it was much cheaper for him to give an IOU. He'd give these little things for Christmas. You can have an odd job, or you can do this, or you can do that. That was it. Anyway, when I packed up all Mum's stuff, I came across this, and this is the original, absolutely, labelled 1997, and it's got, to dear Grandma, my gift to you for Mother's Day is 1 hour of your choice to do any job you like. 2, your lawn mowing whenever you want me to do it. Lots of love, Matthew. Kiss, 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 kiss. At the bottom, Mum's written 2003, still waiting. Love you. So, because she can't be here, I wanted a little bit of her to be here too. And I will give this to you as absolute proof, so don't you ever lose it.
Brilliant.
So Janet, officially here's your problem. I asked my children once about a memory, just one memory that they had. And you'd think it was going to Dreamworld, doing something nice, all the birthday parties. No, they could do that. Felicity actually gave me a nice memory of sitting under a Christmas tree in King George Square reading a book. And I don't know who you're with, but it wasn't me. Anyway, she's always like, you can elope anytime. Matthew, on the other hand, wasn't so kind. Now, you've got to remember the background. When he talked about me teaching him to be stubborn, nobody could teach him to be as stubborn as he is. You've been warned, Janet. It's like stubborn to a whole new level. He's quite unassuming and you don't notice that, but he is. And when he was a little tot, he was always running away from home. He'd pack his little bag and he'd take off. We have all glass front to our house. And I could see where he was, and so I didn't worry too much. Anyway, he tells me this story, and again, I don't remember it. But it's probably true. He told me he packed his bag, and he was standing on, he went outside, he was standing on the front deck, on the, the top of the stairs on the porch, and he said he was crying. And he was waiting for me to let him in. Well, he can let himself out, it's not my problem. Anyway, he said, and then I opened up the door. And he thought he was going to be let back in. But instead I gave him his toothbrush. So today, in memory of that occasion, I have something for you.
Oh, it's engraved.
Yeah. He can't say I'm not a good mother after that.
It's engraved.
Now, in all seriousness, when your kids get married, when they grow up, you think about what you wanted for them. And a friend of mine raised her 3 children on her own. Her husband took off with the best friend, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, she raised the 3 kids on her own, and when her elder daughter got married, she came to me and said, "What do I say?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Look it up on Google. How technical." And she said, "Well, you look it up for me and print them out and give it to me." And I thought, "Oh, yeah, all right, I can do that." So I went through all these speeches, and then I found one that struck a chord with me. And it used the term old happiness. And as soon as I read it, I thought, that's what I want for my children. The limerence of today will eventually pass. And seriously, it can suck to be married. Well, you wouldn't know that, Alfred, but everybody else. But getting through the rough times, getting through the hard times, will make you stronger. And what I want for both my children is that when they get old, they have what I consider old happiness. They say home is where the heart is, but that's not true. You can give your heart to someone and not get it back. But to me, home is where 2 hearts are united and you don't feel whole without the other person. Where you can go home and you know you are accepted for everything you are, for the stubbornness, the painfulness, all the good things, the bad things. And you know that you are safe in your emotions and safe in every other aspect, and that you're happy. And that's what I want for you too. When Janet and Matthew went overseas, as I said, we had glass at the front of our house, and you'd look out to make sure Matthew was all right. When they went overseas, Matthew came back and he said, "Oh my God, it was like deja vu." He said, "I was walking down the street next thing, Matthew, where are you? Matthew, hold my hand. Matthew, don't get out of sight." And I went, I know she's going to look after my son. And I'm hoping he will do the same, and I'm sure he will. But I'm very, very proud to be able to call that girl sitting up there my daughter-in-law. And I wish you everything the best. Am I under 2 minutes now? I was threatened by a best friend, I might add. Anyway, I do wish you well. I wish you everything, and we'll be there for you whenever you need it. Woo!
Thank you, Debbie. We'll now throw the floor open to anyone who wants to say a few words. I'll bring you can come out here, which is probably easier. I'll the left hand. No. So it is best with the microphone. Can you take us?
Yeah.
Lindsay, you have been there for me in every way that I could, and you are my family in every way that can. So for that, I thank you. Janet, you have been a blaze of light in his life that has dampened so many shadows. Really wonderful to support you, my friend. To be a part of this day with you should be more than I can say. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you take on the future together. I'm going to